Hello, 1 2 3 4 check. 1 2 3 4. Hello, 1 2 3 4 check. Yeah, hello. Hello, 1 2 3 4. Check, check, check. 1 2 3 4. Hello.
Welcome.
Hello. 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 Hello, 1 2 3 4. 1 2 3 4. Check. Okay. One, two, three, four. Check, check, check. 1 2 3 4. Hello.
Welcome.
Hello. Okay, let me start the class. Okay, I hope it's okay. The connection is good enough. Let me start the class right now. Okay, this will be a class on a uh, chapter in which we continuation part of the previous class. That is, we took something on linked list. Is it okay? 1 2 3 4 check. Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to continue from here, the part of the linked list. Okay. 1 2 3 4. Check, check, check. 1 2 3 4. Hello. Chapter in which we yeah. So the continuation part of that one will come from this linked list which we did in the previous class. The topic was linked list. Now we have seen the definition of this linked list before, and we have also seen something, the diagram of this list also, right? I don't think we have any issue. Okay, so our linked list was something, we had something figure like this. Okay, go here, clear one and a better one. Okay, so this is my linked list. Okay, uh, I hope the voice and everything is clear. 1 2 3 4. In which we okay, so I'm going to continue here. So hi to Mafi, Dairy, Sunny. Okay, I can see Dairy here, I can see Sunny, Mafi. Okay, three of you I can see, and the others maybe they forgot to say me hello today. So here I go with the linked list thing. Now see, this is a linked list. Now as I told you, each node in the linked list has two different parts. Okay, say the first part of the link is called, be very careful with this one. Okay, now this is the basic here. The first part is called data, or sometimes it is also called info. The next part of this is called pointer. Okay, now this pointer, sometimes it's also called, yeah, the other name for pointer is, sometimes it is also called, what we can say it is, address. Okay, the second part is called the address, second part of the linked list. The linked list is a collection of node. Each node has a data part and a pointer part. Okay, now this pointer part we usually write it as a star, right? Okay, this is usually represented by an asterisk symbol, which says that it is a pointer. Now this pointer points to whom? This pointer will point to a, sorry, this is, I made a mistake. Yeah, this pointer will point to a next node. Okay, now we'll have a next node again here. Fine. Now the next node again will have the same thing. In the next node we'll have something like the, again there will be a, what we say is a, there will be a same thing, again the same data part and a data or info part, and again a pointer here mix. So like this it brings a list. So this we call as a list. Okay, it's called a linked list because all of them, they are linked together. Now the last node of the linked list, like this we go, we may have 1 2 3 4. Now there may be a lot of nodes here. Okay, say there may be a list of nodes here in this. Sorry, it's not the one. Now like this there may be a lot of nodes, collections of nodes here. Okay, so like this it may go, there may be 1 2 3 4 6 7 8 and a lot of nodes, and we'll finally have one last node, okay, of the linked list. And the last node is a node in which the same thing will be there. There will be something called as a data here, right? There will be again something called as, the node will contain something like a data part here, and there will be the last, the pointer part of this one will consist to saying that it is null, or also sometimes call it as an empty node. Okay, so this is a linked list of, suppose, list 1, second node, third node, fourth, and finally we have a list of nodes here. So there will be a last node here. So that basically is our linked list. I hope there's no issue here. Now all of these nodes, whenever we talk of, the first node is always called a, they'll have a pointer which is called is a, something called a, sometime called is a head, or also sometime it is called as a it's called a start. Okay, so I hope you guys are getting me. I hope there's no problem here. Okay. Okay, the first node is called the head or the start. So what is this head or what is this start? Okay, head or start is a pointer which points to the first node of the list, or which points to the beginning of the list. So from where will we know that which is the beginning of the list? We always have a pointer which is pointing to the first node, that is called the head node or the start. Okay, so head or start is a special pointer or a pointer which always points to the first node. That tells us that this is the beginning of the node. That is about the head. Okay, I hope there is no issue here with this head on. Then we also have another thing is the last node stores a null pointer, which means end of list. That means in the last node we have a null value. Okay, we'll not say null pointer, but we'll say a null value, which this null value indicates this that there is no more list, because in this node, if you see in this node, it has some address. Suppose in the memory, this is having address 1002. This is having suppose 100. Suppose each of them they are occupying, imagine that 2 bytes in memory. This will be 100, something like 6. Okay, this is 6. Okay, so let us imagine we have 3 nodes, 1002, 1004 and 1006. When we created the list, they are the address. Now this part of this list will store this address. That is what is the address here? This will be 1004. That means moment it is storing here, that means storing address of this, so it is pointing to this one. Fine. So is this one here itself. This will store address of this particular node, what is telling it is 1006. Okay, so it will be 1006. This will not store address the last one. Okay, if we see this one, this the last node here, this one, this will not store the address of any other node, because if it's storing some other node means it is having link to another node. So if it is not storing any node means it is value null, and it is also called the last node of the list. Okay, now I hope this is quite clear now. Okay, so I can erase this part. Okay, I will not erase. Okay, I'll go from here only, no problem. Okay, now see this one. As we know that the first part is always called the head or the start. Sometimes they write head, sometimes they write start, the same thing. Okay, now suppose the structure of our node which we have created. Okay, this is the structure of our node which we have created. Okay, now suppose this structure of the node has one part which is called an integer data, and the other part stores the pointer to the node. So it will be a node type pointer by the name suppose next. Fine. So once I have created this structure node, okay, so what happens is, I'll just erase this part. So once I create this one, it is creating a node of this type of structure. it's having two different parts. The first part is called by the name. What is the name given here? It's given by the name data. Okay, this data is given here. The second one is the next. So the first by name data, next one I have given by the name next. The data part I have given is integer, the next part is a pointer. Now instead of giving next here, no problem, you can write here, you can put here, instead of giving next, you can put here any other value. Instead of giving here data, you can write here info, but usually we give this. Okay, there has to be a semicolon here. So usually we write data and next. In books they follow some other thing, but it is not a problem. Okay, now coming back to the notation of this data structure. Okay, let me just hope everything is good. Okay, let me just check this one. Not this one. Yeah, this one. Yes. So in your copy also I have given this one value. So I'll just copy this part from here. Okay, so this is our linked list. We have a data and a pointer. Next, so it was there in your notes. So I'll do an extra effort to build this one. Okay, so the first node is called as a head, or first node is called as a start. Okay, no problem. Now in your notes, if you have seen this, while representing the linked list in your notes, we have seen something like uh, a linked list. How does it how it is stored in memory? Okay, now we have seen that there are lists, and we have something called as what is called as an info and what is called as a link. Then we have a special pointer called as start. Okay, that was there in the book and in the notes also. Now I'll just begin from here. Fine. Now suppose I want to traverse this list. I want to traverse the list now. I have a linked list with 4 nodes. Okay, so I'll have to write an algorithm for traversing a list. List. So when we want to traverse the linked list, now the first situation is we'll have to follow the notation that okay. Now we have to follow the notation that let list be in memory. Okay, we can write each node has two parts. One is say I write here info part. I'm not writing data or info. Okay, you can write data also, no problem, whichever. Data part and pointer name I have given here is suppose next. Okay, pointing to next node. Fine. Then what else a linked list has? It has a beginning node called as, what do we want to call? We'll call it start. Okay, and the last node has address stored as null. Now we know this much. We have to write this much before we give our algorithm. So let the name of the linked list is let list. Okay, let list be in memory. Let us write this in capital letter, it will look much better. Okay, let list be in memory. Each node has two parts. One is data part, other part is pointer pointing to next node. It has a beginning node called as start, and the last node has address stored as null. Okay, forgive my spelling here, spelling apart. Okay, spelling does not matter in computer science. You can write any type of English, no problem, as long as you understand the technology, it is okay. Now to write this algorithm, first thing, okay, I'll just put it here, beginning node and the last node is called as a, okay, so this is our basic criteria, you have to put it there. Now to write this nodes, I mean this algorithm here, traversing a linked list. Now how do we traverse a linked list? Traversing basically means we are traveling from one node to other, is it? Means we are going from one node to the other node. That's the basic meaning of what we call as a traversing. Okay, I think this font will be okay. Now let us write this list. Okay, have a start node, a temporary pointer ptr. Okay, there's a this one, I'll tell about this one. You'll get a temporary pointer ptr, then it has data part, then pointer pointing the next part. These are the basic necessities of every list, you will see. Okay, now we want to traverse the list now. Okay, coming back here, now we're going to traverse this list. That means we are moving from one node to the other node. Okay, so we start from here. This is the first node, then we go to the next if it is there. So when we traverse or whatever, we do an operation here. So what do we see here? We see that there is a 3. So in traversing we can search, do anything. So suppose we just traverse 3, then there's a next pointer pointing to this node, so we go there. Okay, so we traverse through 10, then we go to the next node. Fine, so we traverse through 2. We're not doing anything, we're not searching or anything, we're just passing by one next after the other. Then we reach finally 1. Then we saw that there is a null pointer. This is null is already there. Okay, so once this is null, so we stop. Okay, repeat this part. You just see. This null is, remember this null is always in capital letter. Okay, okay, now again, so we are traversing the node, so we always see which is the, this is the start node, so we set a pointer is equal to, we take a temporary pointer by the name ptr, which is called as a start. Okay, this is a temporary variable name pointer. Fine. So we take a pointer variable ptr is equal to start. Start is always this. Start is always this. Fixed. Okay, this is fixed. Start is in this first node. It is always there. It will never move. Now we see that. So ptr of data is 3. Now how will I go to this next node? We'll do something like, we'll check this next. So from here ptr next will come here. So ptr is now here. Fine. So when we write now ptr, this is the most important part here. Okay, now when I write this, ptr becomes ptr of dot or anything, ptr of next. Okay, so we see this ptr is becoming now ptr of next. So that means this ptr is equal to ptr of next, means this ptr of next is this one. So immediately this ptr will now be pointing not here, it will go to this node. So ptr will be on this node. So ptr will be here. Now again, if I write here ptr is equal to ptr of next, so immediately if I write this one, so ptr from here will jump to this next part. Okay, notation is very very important. Okay, and how long will go to ptr next? Until this next is not equal to null. Fine. Okay, so if you have any questions, I'll just erase the board in the meantime. I'll make a